Yo, I'm Jason from Ingested, and you're watching CMS TV.
Staples actually sells staples.
I just wanted to get it out of the way since I fucked everything up to start the show. So, have one of those days. One of those days.
You needed it?
Yeah, needed to see that. Welcome to, what the hell is it?
Wednesday.
Wednesday, that's what it is.
It most certainly is.
It feels like a Monday. All right, Deshaun Watson is done and the show's over. There you go.
Yeah, see ya. Thanks for playing.
What else are you going to say?
I don't know, dude.
By the way, I won that bet, so I'm going to
What bet?
I said that this guy would not play for the Browns ever again, and he's not going to play for the Browns ever.
Well, you can't say that. He played last week.
He had one good half of football in it.
But he played. Year. He played.
I don't count that as playing.
I win.
Win nothing.
I win that bet. He played. He played.
Now what do you want to do?
I don't know. I've been eyeing up the Chargers. I'm looking at other teams at this point.
You're trying to find another team to root for. Is that what?
I'm starting to. I don't want to go front runner and say, yeah, I'm a Kansas City fan now. I want to start kind of middle of the pack. I don't want to. There's a part of me that wants to maybe become a Lions fan.
Well, I like the Lions
because they're coming up, but
the coach looks and sounds like Bob France.
He's great. That Dan Campbell, he's fantastic.
Yeah, he's good.
But dude, I don't know. I mean, here I have a huge problem with this whole Deshaun Watson thing, and not that he's hurt and he's out or whatever. Whatever with that. I mean, that happens. What I have the huge problem with though is that we're back down to DTR and PJ Walker. They've had 2 fucking months. 2 months to find a backup. And we're going to start DTR on Sunday.
Can the Browns management get Tom Brady?
It cost them as much as Watson.
The Browns management couldn't get a good quarterback here to begin with. They overspent, gave away all of our draft picks for a guy that is now hurt and will never see the field again. You know what he had to say? Oh, this is part of life. Yeah. It's part of life. You're a thief. That's why I put a jail behind you. Because that's where Deshaun Watson belongs. In prison.
He definitely found himself a lottery ticket, that's for sure.
How great of a job must it be to get hurt and still make $230 million?
And I think I saw something that he made something. If he never plays another minute, he makes something like $25 million a win for every win that he was on the field for. It's sickening, dude. But what's more, see, I'm not even that mad about Watson. The dude got hurt, whatever. You know, I am mad at the management for not being prepared. How do you go in? You know, I said this to John, Dog Pound Details John, last night. What's his name? Nick Chubb blows up his knee. I don't think they had him on the cart by the time they called Kareem Hunt.
Right.
I mean, Kareem Hunt was in practice, the next day or maybe 2 days later. But it wasn't more than 2 days later. Jedrick Wills goes down two weeks ago, and I'm seeing on Monday morning, Brown signed so-and-so to the practice squad and then elevate him to the team that day, the very next day. But the most important position on the field, and we're going to go with a guy that's proven that he blows in P.J. Walker and a guy that's proven that he's not ready in DTR. And we're gonna ride with that instead of having a proper backup for a guy that has not been on the field consistently in now 4 years. 4 years. Unfucking believable, dude.
6 wins, as I predicted.
They're still going to get
and
another
Scott
win.
Predicted they're not going to get another win this year. That was the last.
They're getting a win this week. They could beat Pittsburgh.
I don't understand what people think about Art Modell. Art Modell, maybe, I don't know if he's a shitty person or not. He didn't move this team because he wanted to. He moved this team because he had to. And if you listen to the stuff that Triv had back in the day, he didn't want to move this team. He did it because of the city forced his hand and forced him to get out of this town.
Nope. Art and his whole family could die in fires.
That is just, look, if you want to be one of those jaded, Browns fans that wants to burn Art Modell, no.
That's me.
No. What did he do?
That's me. He moved the team. He didn't find himself a backer. He should have found himself a backer, somebody else to help pay for it, whatever. You don't take a team out of Cleveland. You don't do it.
The city screwed him.
Do you look at LeBron as worse?
Yes.
I look at him as the same.
No.
They both made our city look ridiculous. Both of them.
LeBron did it on purpose. Nobody forced him to do. He could have stayed here and won championship after championship. Dan Gilbert was more than happy to put surrounding pieces around that guy. That guy wanted to go be buddies and start a super team and everything else. Modell left here because he had to.
Nope.
Because of the stadium and everything else.
Nope.
They didn't want to take care of him. They didn't want to take care of the stadium.
Why should they take care of him? Why should they take care of him?
On tape.
But why should the city take care of him?
You want the Browns here?
He provides entertainment eight days a year. Why should the city pay for that?
That stadium could be and should be used for a hell of a lot more than it is.
Well, I agree with that.
City sucks.
I agree with that. The city has always sucked, but we got to stand by our city. We live here.
8 games. That whole stadium could have done 30 dates a year with different things.
Well, I'm all for, even now, I think the stadium sucks. I can't believe that they're now talking about building another one and still not putting a dome on it.
The city was not going to do any renovations. They were not going to take care of that stadium for that guy. And they forced his hand. He had to move.
No, he didn't.
All the way around.
No, he didn't. He could have got himself an investor, which he did anyway in Baltimore. He went to Baltimore, and within 2 years, he brought in that other guy. He brought in money. He could have brought in money to save the team here. But instead, he went for the cheap pop and the cheap check and then got an investor anyway. He didn't want to tough it out. He's a bitch, and I'm glad he's dead.
Wow. Man, that's some anger.
I have definite anger. I still won't watch a Ravens game. The only time I ever see those purple faggots is when they're playing the Browns.
No.
It's the only time. I will never watch a Ravens game.
Well, I beg to differ on this one. So.
Yeah, well, you can be wrong. It's fine.
I've listened to the interviews. And believe me, on that show, I had to listen to them 1,000 times.
Oh, I'm sure.
and I heard exactly what was going on.
I remember when it went down, and I remember the speech. I remember the whole when somebody asked him if he was moving the team, and he wouldn't say no, and then he said something to the effect of, "It's too late for that. You know, what if the city does this, this, and that?" And he said, "Oh, it's already too late for that." He'd already made the move. He did it in the middle of the night. He's as bad as the asshole from the Colts. Just as bad.
This city deserved what they got because they didn't want to take care of that guy.
No.
And I was sad and upset when he left too. I was really sad. I was really upset. And they haven't been good since then.
They have not. I agree with that. And seeing him take our team and win a Super Bowl makes me even want to piss on his grave even more.
Dear God, man.
He's an asshole. I'm glad he's dead. I hope hell is hot. Fuck him. No, I got no compassion for that guy or his stupid fucking family.
Brian from Tennessee is correct. Y'all might have a shitty football team, but at least y'all have legal weed and abortion.
That's true. And next month, see, if you'd ask me the same question next month, I'd be like, man, Art Modell, whatever, dude.
Yeah, see, the weed will help you out.
I'll take 3 gummies and be like, Art Modell, I guess he had some good points.
After a couple of gummies, you and I will be watching some Ravens games together.
Exactly. Hey, man, Ray Lewis, that's pretty cool. Look, it's Ed Reed. Cool.
We're gonna have a party, man. We're gonna be watching Ravens games, killing babies. We're gonna be good.
That's right.
All fun here.
I'm in. I am all in.
Oh God. We're gonna have a special guest tonight, I guess.
Yeah, looks like it.
He's already at the bottom of the screen, but he's gonna check in later with our restaurant reporter Tony Masaccio, Matt Fish, who owns Melt.
Yeah.
Will be joining the show.
It's always good when they pop in early with me absolutely going off about. I'm glad he's dead.
Maggots and everything else. Yeah. Welcome to the show, Matt.
He's like, what am I tuning into?
Yeah, hope you stay on.
We're not saying they'll die from eating it Melt. That's for sure.
In fact, we will serve the Ravens Melt when they come to town.
You know, maybe that's the good thing that came out of Art leaving. It opened the door for Melt to come in and take over the town. That's what I'm going with that.
Modell Kosmanovich's next Senate race with his trivia interview. Absolutely.
Well, whatever.
So why do you think they're Melt is awesome? See,
there you go.
It is fantastic. Talk to the owner in just a little while.
Cool.
Talk to Tony Masaccio. He's going to be, I guess, somewhere.
Wherever Tony. Why won't he be at Melt?
I think you will be at Melt. I don't know if Matt's going to be at Melt, but I think Tony will be at Melt.
Yeah, watch them both be somewhere like completely different.
I think they are, actually.
We're at the sushi bar here in Lakewood.
No, I don't think that's. But regardless, we're going to talk about Melt. So I don't care if Tony's standing at a water fountain somewhere. We're going to talk about Melt.
That's right. Yeah, it's a bad day for Cleveland sports.
It is a
today.
bad day. Well, I mean, no, it's a usual day for Cleveland sports.
No, it's not. I'm going to tell you why it's not.
Anything different?
Dude, I'm going to tell you why it's not. Because for the first time this season, for the first time in this football season, we actually had like some legitimate hope. And in true Cleveland fashion, it just got stomped out without warning.
Well,
we went from this guy being 14 for 14 in the second half, quarterback rating of 170 or whatever it was, to he's done for the season. And basically, so are the Browns.
But see, that's your fault.
My fault?
Yeah. Because me, as a Browns fan and a Cleveland fan, you saw from the beginning of the year, I said this team was not going to do well. I said this team is going to suck and they're going to lose every game except for 6. I said that Watson will never play on the field again. He was lucky. He got out there for 2 since I said that. But he's now done for the year. Probably, I still don't think he's going to play ever again in Cleveland. This shoulder thing might be the end of his career.
No way.
Oh, yeah. You know what?
I'll tell you what, even if it is the end of his career, he's still going to pretend to rehab so he can catch that other $150 million.
As I would do, too.
I would too. I'd show up, lift some weights.
It's your fault for having hope in what is a shit
town. I want my team to win.
It's a shit town with a shit football team and a shit baseball team and a shit every Cavaliers.
Basketball.
I mean, the basketball team is going to hell. I don't know what's going on with them. And the Guardians, I mean, by their name change alone.
Yeah. Well, I don't root for the Guardians.
It's a town filled with curses and horribleness when it comes to sports. So it's your fault for getting your hopes.
Well, the Browns are the only team I really still hold on to. That and the Crunch. I was watching those Crunch games on the internet over there.
I like the Crunch. I went to a game, and it was a lot of fun, but nobody's supporting them.
Yeah.
I mean, the people that, not even where they played, supported that team.
Yeah.
They were playing the IX Center. The IX Center said, no, we don't want.
Yeah, that wasn't good.
This is a horrible, terrible sports town.
But it ain't the fans' fault. The fans come out. The fans will support if they're aware of it. It
is the fans' fault.
How can it be the fans' fault?
Because every time the fans in this town get hyped up and ready to go, saying this is going to be it. This is the year. Next year, this is the year now. We get our hopes up, and that's what jinxes it for everything, and we screw up the entire year. It's the fans' fault for getting their hopes up. This is me. I used to get really, really sad after a Browns loss, an Ignatius loss even, a Cavs loss, Indians loss. I used to get really sad because I love Cleveland. I love the sports and everything else until I realized that it all sucks. And so once I came to that realization and understood where I live and how the teams are, I became a happier person. Because my week isn't ruined now. I'm going into Sunday going, we're done for.
I can't do it with the Browns. The Indians, I'm gonna be honest, it was surprisingly easy to move to another team. That was ridiculously easy. I just started watching Padres games, and it did not even faze me that I did not watch the Cleveland team. You know, that didn't bug me. And the Cavs, who cared? I gave up on the Cavs when they brought LeBron back, and the championship didn't change that. He's still embarrassed. He still embarrassed my town, and I'll never forgive that.
So, anybody under the age of 60, what joy has any of these teams brought to your life? LeBron sucks, and so that championship, like you said, means nothing to me.
Yeah, me either.
So, what joy has any Cleveland team brought to your life if you're under the age of 70, 60?
Well, back when we had the Indians, and at least going to the World Series and stuff a few times, that was fun. They didn't win, but that was fun.
It was not fun.
It was fun.
It wasn't fun. It ended in heartache. Look, I remember when they hit. I can't remember the guy that hit that home run, and the whole stadium rocked. You could feel it outside the stadium.
Sandy Alomar?
No, I'm talking recently.
Oh,
and they still ended up losing. We are a losing town, losing teams. That's just the way it is.
Hey, it's hard to argue it. It just does not go right here. That's why I was saying I'm starting to think about getting another team.
We create a downtown that is supposedly very nice. We got a casino down there.
I'll argue that all day long too, but that's a whole nother issue.
Look, I've driven down there numerous times just to see what's going on, and I go down there to go to Playoff Square for Bob Francis' TV show and everything. And it is really nice. In some parts, it looks beautiful. Love seeing that chandelier. Playoff Square is gorgeous. I even went to Tower City the other night. It looked really pretty. The problem is you're going to get shot. At some point, you're going to get murdered if you walk downtown alone. Mm-hmm. So it's no good. So everything in this town is just kind of loser. I'm saying this, and I hope, dear God, Matt is not listening to everything, because Melt is actually a shining light in the city and around the city. Great restaurants and everything else. And we do have some very nice restaurants and stuff around town. But all in all, this is a loser town with loser teams. And if you want to get your hopes up being a Cleveland person, go for it. But you're setting yourself up for failure. Your misery is created by you. I'm miserable all the time, so I'm not that bad with it.
Well, see that, but that's the difference. Some of us cannot handle being miserable all the time.
I've come to accept the reality of my situation.
Well, I will say I've decentralized sports a great deal in my life.
Yes.
And more I watch stuff that doesn't have quote-unquote teams. I'm way more into UFC than or Bellator, not really UFC, now that they've gone fucking fruity. But I definitely watch a lot of Bellator and One and stuff, where it's just individual combat, or even power slap. I like me some power slap because that's just your face against his hand. That's great.
I like me some Power Slap too. I think my mouse is completely dead forever. Like,
Well, I'll run things. It's all good. I can run the
It
show.
lights up like this, but then it doesn't do anything. Whatever.
I can run it.
I forgot what the hell I was even saying. But
You were pouring water on my fire of Cleveland.
It's a ridiculous town with ridiculous teams, and we just have to come to accept that. You should too, but it's happening across the country. I'm starting to become numb to everything that's going on across the country.
Well, yeah. I'm definitely there.
There's nothing going to change.
Cleveland's the only place I still care about. I don't care what happens anywhere else. Israel, Gaza, don't care. The rest of the country, they're welcoming Xi like he's the president in San Francisco today. Whatever. Roll out all the Chinese flags. I don't care. Call it Little China. I don't care.
That's not the way that I want to live my life, but I have to now. I apparently have to, again, come to the realization that this is not going to go well for any of us. And I've come to the realization in Cleveland, so why can't I come to that realization across the country? The Macy's Day Parade. You see what they're doing?
No.
I'll look up the story, but the Macy's Parade is adding. Hang on, let me find this.
Can your mouse work?
No. But it'll be a big story, so here we go. Macy's Parade. They're adding a trans extravaganza.
Great.
To the parade. Will be non-binary transgender extravaganza.
I can't wait to not watch that.
So one thing that I looked forward to on a Thanksgiving morning was getting up, and I would put my turkey in because I am the cook of the house, and I will smell that turkey cooking. I will start getting my potatoes ready for the feast, and I would have the Thanksgiving Day Parade from Macy's on the TV. And now that is not going to happen. And it's not because I hate transgender or I hate non-binary people, but there's no need to put it in a parade and make it something special. There was nothing wrong with the damn parade to begin with. You could float Garfield around in a balloon all you want, put Snoopy up there so everybody could see him. Everything's fine. But why do you have to do this? You're doing this for no other reason than to placate a minority of people in this country and to shove it in our faces once again. I will never watch that parade again, and I'm sad about that. It's another tradition gone. So this adds to what I'm saying, that I need to come to the realization that things are just never going to be good again. It's not I live in a world I don't understand, like Triv used to say. It's a world that will never be good again because there's nothing going to change it.
At least with the parade, it'd probably make the floats easier to control, don't you think? Because they'll all be connected back to front.
The human centipede floating above
that's right. It's the Macy's centipede floating across Times Square or whatever.
So pull up a parade on YouTube from 20 years ago. Problem solved.
That's a good point.
I should never do that.
That's a good point, Jake.
This is still my America. This is still an America that, for the most part, is comprised of patriots and people that want to love this country and don't want that vocal minority being the problem here. I don't care who you're having sex with. It doesn't matter. And it sure as hell doesn't need to be in the parade.
Well, and the only problem with Jake's theory is after today, you're not going to be able to control what you can and can't watch on the internet anymore. I don't know if you saw that today.
I did not.
The FCC ruled that the government now has power to control the internet. The internet and its infrastructure is now under the control of the FCC and the government.
Please explain to me how this controls TikTok or X videos.
Well, it's probably gonna censor them. If they deem them I'll tell you how X videos or Pornhub or whatever is going to be affected. They're going to find one pedophile on there and they're going to say, well, you're going to have to kill it. We have to protect it's put up. The protection is in the name of equity and diversity. So it's literally going to be, well, there's too many. There's not an equal number of people on the net that are black or Asian or trans or whatever.
But seriously, is this going to affect a lot of stuff? Is this like really going to happen where they're going to just start censoring everything? They can't. Really,
well, they're not going to. Yes, they can. They could certainly say, ISP, there's somebody on your network that you now are licensed through the government to have, and they're saying things that shouldn't be said, take them down, or else lose your license to be able to run your ISP. So what's going to happen from that? They're going to start capping data and everything else, and giving infringement strikes.
FCC adopts rules to eliminate digital discrimination for communities with poor internet access.
That's it. But if you read what's in the bill, you'll see that's how all these bills, they say that it's something good, which automatically means it's really something horrible. That's what they're doing here. They're gonna come in with that, guys, but basically they're making every part of the internet, all the ISPs, all your connections, all your everything, under the FCC. How'd that work for radio?
It's going to empower the agency to review and investigate instances of discrimination by broadband providers to different communities based on income, race, ethnicity, and protected classes.
Protected classes.
I didn't know that you couldn't get internet somewhere.
Hey, Cox Cable. Hey, Cox Cable. How come you don't have an equal number of trans people as white people on your broadband?
I identify as something other than a white male. Can you please lower my bill? Is that?
Yeah. I don't think it's going to be about lowering your bill. It's going to be about taking you off. You're not a trans man. You get slower internet than the trans people do.
Well, you haven't seen me naked. I could identify as a trans man. Ask my wife.
Well, you started transforming into half steel at this point, right?
Yeah.
Is that a trans man?
That could be a trans man. I'm looking at some of these stories to see.
Are you a they them?
I'm a they them. Zer. What is Zer? That's what they say now, right? What is a Zer?
I don't know. A dumb thing.
Well, I know that, but I mean, does that mean like you're just there? You're just there?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a good point, Sandy. Sounds like a job for the czar. Yes. We are screwed, man.
So, do we just accept it now? That's what I'm coming to the realization of. I have to just accept it.
Just gonna have to roll with it until we're kicked off.
Not watching the parade, not promoting this stuff.
Yeah. All these companies can keep on trying to force feed this stuff, and it's just not going to take hold.
Look, I am not by any means a homophobe, a transphobe, or anything else. I don't care what the hell you do. You can live your life as a monkey for all I care. It doesn't matter to me. Mm-hmm. But you just don't have to force it in everybody's face. Look, there is no straight parade. It's not a parade of people just walking down having sex, man and women. It's a parade to celebrate Thanksgiving. Why do we need to have different classes in this parade? We don't need it. We need floats, and we need balloons, and we need turkey, and we need better hosts for the show because it usually sucks. But other than that, what do we need this stuff for? It doesn't need to happen.
Well, I go to the simpler fact. They can do whatever they want, and that's fine. Just don't think that I'm going to have to. Don't try to force me to come out and say, yeah, they're right. That's where they lose me. I don't care if they do force feed it. You know what? I haven't watched the Macy's Day Parade in ever. I don't think I've ever watched it. And you know what? I won't be starting now. I'll let Bud Light sponsor it, and I won't be watching. But that being said, I'm not gonna pretend. Well, it's great. It's great that men want to do men up the ass. No, I'm not gonna be that guy. Sorry.
Look, I've stopped watching the parade a little bit. I mean, I've always had it on in the background because it's just tradition for me.
Sure, okay.
I was young, but I stopped watching it a little bit because now instead of showing all the floats and the balloons and all that kind of stuff, they mainly show all these stupid plays and dance numbers and crap like that I really don't care about. But it had nothing to do with sexuality because I don't care. Again, I don't care what your sexuality is. I don't care what you do in your life. But I don't want to sit there and be forced to have a trans whatever extravaganza, the non-binary trans extravaganza that they're promoting. Mm-hmm. Stop doing it. Just put on the parade like you did 20 years ago.
Yeah. Put up a bunch of cartoon characters in big floats. Pretend like you're excited. Oh, look at that. It's SpongeBob. Amazing. And then be done with it. Entertains people. It draws 30 million people watching the shit, and then you're done.
Everyone should turn on QVC during the parade. QVC viewership was 14,000% for that day.
Why QVC?
I think it's just picking a channel.
Oh.
They're doing this on purpose to destroy all the old traditions. Of course they are.
Yeah.
There's one town that I read, they don't want any holiday decorations. If it's green or red, they don't want it up. Because it's going to offend somebody. It's Christmas, for God's sake.
Yeah. Well, and again, this is where you just have to say, too bad. I don't care. I don't care if you're offended.
But that's what it used to be like, but it's not like that anymore. Now everybody cries if they're offended, and then the vocal minority gets what they want now.
No.
That's not the way that it used to be. It used to be that if you didn't like something, too bad.
All right, but is it the vocal minority? Hold on. But is it the vocal minority, or is it the being a pussy that everybody that's just sitting there taking it is doing? Because to me, the problem is not the vocal minority being loud. It's the me and yous not saying, hey, shut the fuck up.
Well, of course that's true.
That's what has to happen. I preach that and preach that and preach that. When something is out there that you don't agree with, you have to say it. You have to, just like on this show. This show, the audience is 90% conservative. Fair?
Yes.
Me coming out last week and saying that I was pro killing babies rubbed a ton of people the wrong way. Is that also correct?
Yes.
Did I stop saying it?
You did not.
I did not, because I don't care. And I shouldn't have to care. And I don't need anybody's approval. Everybody has to pick their battles, and if you don't agree with the other side, you just have to say, I'm not doing it. I'm not going to call you they, them. I'm not going to call you Zer. You're a chick. You're a dude. That's it. That's all I'm willing to acknowledge. And I don't give a goddamn what your little clique thinks I'm supposed to say.
But the majority of people out there aren't like that. They're just not, or they're too scared to admit that they're like that.
Well, that's their problem for being pussies.
I don't necessarily. I don't disagree with you. I'm just saying that that's why I think we have to just come to the realization that we are done. But there's nothing that's going to change, because I just don't think anybody's going to change.
Yeah, well,
everybody on here probably agrees and wishes they could say something, but they're not going to say something.
No.
You are the exception to the rule. You'll go out and say, fuck you, I'm not going to deal with you.
Yeah.
I will not go out on the street and tell somebody to fuck off. I'm going to go out on the street and, hey, have a great day. I'm going to be that guy that's going to have to take it.
I'll never be that guy. I'm always going to say what I think. It's the rebel inside me, I guess. I don't know.
It's not that I don't want to be that rebel. It's not that I don't want to stand up for the cause that I believe. It's the fact that the hassle that goes along with doing that is almost not worth it. I don't want. You're going to lose your job. You're not.
Maybe. That's not true. I've lost gigs. I've absolutely lost gigs. I've lost money. I just don't care. Dude, for all during COVID, we refused to close, other than the very beginning of it when everybody closed. When everybody closed, we were one of the first ones to open the arcade back up when the state was still in red phase or whatever that was called.
Right. I
can't tell you how much anger and you guys are just trying to kill people, and you're opening the Coronacade, and you're gonna the death of our children is on your heads. And you know what I said to every one of them? These middle fingers, motherfucker. That's what I care. I don't care what you think. I didn't care. And if I would have got arrested for doing it, I was okay with that too.
Now, that's one instance where I have to admit I did stand up. I didn't wear that stupid mask.
I didn't.
And when they asked me to, I said, no, I'm good. I mean, I walked into a sub shop to get something to eat, and the girl's like, you got to put a mask on. I said, I'm not putting a mask on.
Yeah.
I was like, you're not going to be able to hear me order my food if I put a mask on. Just the way that I can't hear you with your stupid-ass mask on. And I got my food and I left.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I never wore it. I wore it 2 times. I wore a mask 2 times in 3 years. One of them was only because I absolutely had to. My mom had surgery, and the hospital wouldn't let me wait in the parking garage.
Yeah.
Like, she had to have her ride in the facility, or else they wouldn't release her. So I had to go in. So what I did was I wore the mask that I had I had a mask made with a burn victim face, so that it was even more disturbing than if I didn't wear a mask. And I wore that, and it disturbed everybody. The nurses even came over to me and tried to get me to switch it. And I was like, no, I got one on. Here it is. I don't care if it disturbs you.
Gunner's right. Opinions are okay today as long as they deem them the right ones.
Yeah, well, tough.
Matt just left. You think he's going to come back on the show?
Probably not. Probably like, oh, no, I don't want none of that.
That's upsetting. You just listened to 20 minutes of the show. He's like, nope.
Yep, not doing that. I don't blame him, really. Maybe he realized that it was 5:15, not 4:15 he's supposed to be on.
As a straight guy, seeing 2 men kiss or a guy dressed as a woman is sickening. A straight guy doesn't want to see that. Look, it's not even a matter of wanting to see it. I don't care.
Yeah.
But if you're going to make a special point of flooding the Macy's Day Parade, that one is a family tradition, and with a trans non-binary extravaganza, then I don't want to. I don't see the need for it.
No,
it's not meant to be a sexual event. It has nothing to do with your gender, your sex, or anything else. Mm-hmm. It has to do with floats. It has to do with balloons. It has to do with the fact that it's fucking Thanksgiving, and it's just been a tradition for years to watch it and have a good time in your morning before you sit down to eat as a family.
Celebrating stealing the land from the Indians, man.
Right, exactly. We're celebrating the genocide of Indians. We are not there to have a sexual event.
Everything makes somebody upset.
Yeah.
I don't care what it is. Everything makes somebody upset. And that's fine. You just can't care anymore. You just can't worry about it. Yeah, we really didn't do ourselves any favors with Matt from Melt, did we?
No, I don't think we did. I don't think...
Thinking about it now, I'm like, holy cow, we came out both barrels firing.
The right move would have been like boot him from the thing and just wait till his segment came back up. Hey, everybody go to Melt, though. I really enjoy it. Their food is great.
Yeah, go over to Melt. We're definitely not saying anything bad.
No, Melt is fantastic. If Tony comes on and says he's not doing the show, I understand why. This thing with you offended me. Why is the trans movement all fat white guys with beards?
It's also fat women with pink hair.
Well,
there's that too.
I don't know. Actually, I don't even know what to say anymore. Did you see a Megan Rapinoe?
What did that dude do?
Soccer player? Yeah, the women's soccer player guy. She
they them
Zur
yeah,
on her last game of her career.
On Zur last game
tore her Achilles tendon.
Ha ha.
And afterwards, and during her press conference, Zur press conference, Z said that this is proof that there is no God.
Oh, that's good.
Now, see, I would go the exact opposite. I would say this is absolute proof that there is a God.
Yeah, God is done with your nonsense.
And see, the crap that people don't understand. I know there are people that I know personally that are getting very mad at me for talking shit about Megan Rapinoe. But
why?
I don't care if she's gay or not gay.
Yeah, who
I care about
cares?
the fact that she's just a dick and an ass and does stupid things.
Yeah, she hates our country. She hates our country.
It has nothing to do with her sexuality. Once again, everybody always wants to label me as, oh, you're a transphobe or homophobe. No, I don't like bad people. She's just a bad person.
Yeah. I hope she falls out of bed and tears the other one. What do you think of that?
And then what's funny is she said that she's going to go for Z said that Z is going to go with the Aaron Rodgers medicine.
Oh, good.
There's no way that she likes Aaron Rodgers, considering that guy is anti-vax and anti-everything that girl believes in.
Well, he won't take her call. And I can say he for him.
Yeah, I think you can for him. I don't know. Everything's so messed up.
It is. Dude, we're in a terrible world these days.
Should I text Tony and ask if Matt's going to come back? I was really looking forward to talking to him, too.
Well, we'll talk to him.
He gave up.
I don't think he did. He may have. He may not have. Whatever. We're not shitting on Melt, though. We're not going to, go there, even if you're a Z-zer or a they, them.
Absolutely.
Go over to Melt.
Do they have one in Lakewood?
They're a me LT. That's what they are. Melt.
Yeah, I think we upset him because he left.
Yeah, he might.
That was not my intent.
Whatever. Play a commercial and then hit Tony up while the commercial plays.
She doesn't hate our country. This crap is her angle to be relevant. I beg to differ.
She hates our country.
She hates our country.
And it is her. I will agree with half of that statement. It is her
angle.
Her angle. But she also does definitely hate this country. She's a piece of shit.
Yeah, she is. I mean, there's no other way around it. She's not a nice person.
She should be treated the same way as Epstein.
And I'm starting to notice more and more how many really shitty people there are in this country. Because again, I'm addicted to TikTok.
Like our president, the squad, AOC, Talib, all of them.
I was happy to see the 300,000 people march on Washington yesterday in support of Israel.
Well, that's good.
So I was happy to see that.
Seth and Chris don't say it enough, but the best place for everything associated with the Seth Williams Show is their website, www.thesethwilliamsshow.com. You can watch all live episodes of the show live right there on the site. You can get past shows in both audio and video on demand formats. You can join our exclusive VIP programs on Minds and Super Chat right from the page. You can also purchase all the best Seth Show merchandise on the page as well. Bookmark it today, www.thesethwilliamsshow.com.
Back here on the Seth Williams Show with Chris Aiken.
That's right.
What, you got a show tonight?
I do. I have Chris Aiken Presents tonight. Our guests will be Kurt Dimer, who nobody knows who he is, but he recorded with Jeff Tate from Queensryche, and he appeared in one of the Halloween movies. He's one of the guys that got killed in one of the Halloween movies, and he's an actor. You want to talk about, dude, this guy is like amazing. He was in the oil business. Then he started his own oil company. Then he didn't want to do that anymore, so he just decided he wanted to be an actor. Went and did acting. Then he didn't want to be an actor anymore, so then he went and started a music career. Now he's going out. He's going to be here September 9th with Skid Row and Buck Cherry. He's opening for Skid Row.
Dude, I want to go see that show, actually.
Hell yeah. Well, dude, we could probably make that one happen.
I want to see that. You ever heard of the band Sofi Tukker?
I know the name, but I don't know the people.
I want to interview them. They look very interesting, and she's hot.
Check that out.
That's why I want to.
Let's be honest about why.
Yeah, I'm being honest. The music is terrible at best, but she's like way hot. Like, look up. It's called Batshit Crazy. Sofi Tukker, SOFITUKKER.
Well, while I look that up, look at this guy.
Well, look at that.
Look at that.
10 years ago today, I got to hang out with Hulk Hogan, my hero.
Well, let me tell you something, brother.
You don't understand, man. Like, I was a little Hulkster from like day one.
I'm just amazed that you liked him. He was so cheesy.
Oh, dude. His entrance music to me was the best entrance music of any wrestler ever in the history of wrestling.
Oh, the Real American?
Yeah.
I am a real American.
Come on. That music came on and that arena started erupting. And like he came out and like ripped his shirt off and stuff. Like, yeah, he was the man. Look at that. Look, we look about the same size. We're both built.
You should have been in the WWE. What were you doing?
Well, about a foot shorter, and his arms are a tad bit larger than mine.
Yeah, but he didn't do anything.
I have bigger. What?
Even today, you could still do his moves.
I have bigger breasts than he does, though.
All right, what is the song I'm looking for here?
Batshit crazy.
I'm not finding that. Sofi Tukker.
Just look up BATSH.
Bad shit. There it is. It's just called Bad Shit. All right, let's see. All right, let's switch over to that. We'll play a little of that. We're rolling all the dice on YouTube today.
Well, it's on YouTube.
Yeah, that's true. All right, here we go. This is Sofi Tukker. Bad shit.
It's bad.
Oh, you're bad enough for me. Bad enough that we always have something to get over. Oh, you dress up so happy, looking so fancy.
Wait, you gotta wait till she starts singing.
On my shoulder. Oh, but when the night is deep.
This reminds me of the Human League.
Oh, dude, it gets better. Like when she starts singing, like walking around, you can see her ass and stuff.
All right, let's see what we got here.
Find me in the streets, asking me to come over.
Bad shit, bad shit, bad shit.
That shit crazy. I'm bad shit crazy.
Bad shit, bad shit, bad shit.
I'm bad shit crazy.
Bad shit, bad shit, bad shit.
Why in the fuck were you watching this?
Dude, I'm telling you, they came to the building one time at the radio station and they were going down to like the kiddie channel because they were on like Kiss. And like, I looked them up and they have like a bunch of different crazy ass songs. I think their new one's like Purple Hat or something. And it's just as weird. Like, it's bizarre stuff. And I think they're foreign, obviously. And Batshit Crazy will not be on WHK. No.
Probably not. No.
You don't like it?
No.
You don't think it has like a crazy beat? Look, you got to fast forward and see your ass.
How much forward?
I don't know. Somewhere. Just walk around.
Oh, that's that guy.
Not him.
I'm bad shit crazy.
Bad shit, bad shit, bad shit, crazy. Bad shit, bad shit, bad shit, bad shit, crazy. Bad shit, bad shit, bad shit, bad shit, crazy. Bad shit, bad shit, bad shit, bad shit, crazy. Bad shit, bad shit, bad shit, bad shit, crazy.
Oh, you're bad enough to me. Bad
Oh, you
enough
can turn it
that
off.
we.
Jesus, dude.
You don't like it, all right?
No. I mean, I'm all about seeing her, poop shaper and all, but Jesus Christ, dude.
All right, I want to interview them though, because I think that the music is like I don't know, it creates an experience.
Yeah, that's experience says I like cock. Jesus.
That's not what it says at all. Why would you say that?
That's what. Boy, that might be a hard. God, 28 million views of that video.
Telling you,
Are you kidding me?
They're a hot band, and their new song "Purple Hat" is crazy.
Purple Hat.
Yeah, and I think they say "Purple Hat" maybe twice in the entire song, but it's crazy weird.
Purple Hat. Let's see what this is about. Purple Hat.
Too much penis thrusting in this video. I agree. That might be a little bit too much.
All right, here we go. Here's Purple Hat. Is this
How many views do they have?
10 million?
I think it's brand new. Look at that.
Let's see. Share screen. Purple hat.
Oh, she's wearing a purple hat. See?
Purple hat, cheetah print, dancing on the people, rolled up at the after joint, dancing on the people dancing on the people. I got people on the people dancing on the people, with the people on the people, smoking CO2. See me, see you dancing on the people, climb up on the booth, hanging from the people on the people. My head is the roof, dancing on the ceiling on the people. I got people on the people, dancing on the people. I got purple hat, cheetah print, dancing on the people, rolled up at the after joint, dancing
Are
on
you
the
shitting
people,
me?
dancing on the people. I got people on the people.
Are you kidding
It gets
me?
better. It gets better.
Is this what your kid listens to, or you?
No. I found this band, and then I've been like fascinated by like her, basically.
All right, let's see a little more of this.
Fast forward a little bit.
Oh.
Till like they get into the music part.
Let's try here.
Everybody in the booth can tell myself apart from you. Now we're dancing, people, dancing, people, dancing, people, dancing,
I can't take the dude. She's hot, but the dude is awful.
All right. Apparently, I'm on my own on this. Me and like 80 million other people, you know, I guess who voted for Biden, all like Sofi Tukker.
I can see this guy doubling as a reader at a library or something. Man, I'll play a little more of this. I want to see this girl.
To see me, see you dancing on the
She's a musician.
on the people, on the people, mind is the roof, dancing on the ceiling, on the people, I got people on the people, dancing on the people, I got
dancing people.
I got people. I ain't gonna lie, I'd go to this show.
Look at that. Doesn't it look like fun?
Looks like a bunch of chicks hopped up on ecstasy.
I was going to say, you probably have to do a lot of drugs to go to this show.
Yeah.
There probably is like a drug requirement, or like they hand it out on the way into the door.
Yeah. Just reach into the purple hat and grab a little X. And not Twitter. Wow. All right, Seth. Good for you, man.
Well, I guess I'm not going to be interviewing Sofi Tukker, because
Well, it doesn't mean I can't get them. It just means that, you know.
all that people want to hear or see is the Dick's girl now.
Oh my God. Staples actually sells staples.
Somehow I think you get the same video of that guy chasing into dicks.
All right, well.
Your wife is 1,000% correct. This is so bad.
All right, look, if you're listening, try listening to that in the car, though, with the bass going. It's got a lot of bass to it. It's pretty sweet.
I'll bet.
But you got to have the video, though. I can't listen to the music without seeing the video. That's the problem.
I'll never know, Seth, because
You're never going to check it out. All right, fine. That's fine. All right, here we go. We'll just move on. Here we go.
all right.
The American Medical Association has announced that the sex of a child should not be on a birth certificate because we don't know it until they choose it. This is the American Medical Association.
Can you pull this up?
Yeah,
The American Medical Association has decided that it's now you should not put the sex of your baby onto your birth certificate until they are able to choose what they want to be.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
People still don't think that, okay, fine. That's fine. Look, I didn't say it was like my favorite band. I said I thought the girl was kind of hot, and I thought that it was kind of a catchy tune.
You were promoting it. Don't lie.
I was promoting it. I am. I want her on the show.
Yeah, I was going to say that was how you started this is who I want to get on the show. So you're promoting it.
All right. So what do you think about them not wanting to put the the gender on now a birth certificate?
I think it's ridiculous.
What they want to be. Apparently, I should have decided to be a woman
No.
or a trans who goes to raves a lot and listens to bad shit by Sofi Tukker.
Sofi Tukker.
Maybe that's what I should have chosen on my birth certificate.
Sure.
But this is where we're at in this country, where we have doctors who say that this is a good idea.
Well, where are those doctors going to be when their kids become archaeologists and dig up the bones? Are they going to be, well, we have to wait till we hopefully find the birth certificate so that we can figure out what they chose?
I mean, I just don't know what we're doing anymore.
That's always going to be my argument no matter what. When you dig them up 1,000 years from now, what will they be? They will be man and woman. They will not be cisgender this. They will not be X or cis or blah or boo. They will be man and woman, period.
All right, I'm done with this. It's true to say there's no fulcrum here because everybody who's semi-sane knows that you should. The doctors are fucking going crazy now, and you can't decide what you want to be at birth or even 2 years or 10 years or whatever afterwards. Let's go back to Sofi Tukker. Look up Drinky. You're going to like this song. Drinky.
Is it 2 E's or IE?
EE, I believe.
All right, let's see here. Sofi Tukker. Brinkee. Drinky.
This is catchy too. This is catchy. You're going to like this one. I think you're going to like this one.
All right, I hope so. You're 0 for 2 so far.
Yeah, this is good. This one's good.
All right, let's see.
Com Deus me deito, com Deus me levanto, comigo eu calo, comigo eu canto, eu bato um papo, eu bato um ponto, eu tomo um drink, eu fico tonto. Com Deus me deito, com Deus me levanto, comigo eu calo, comigo eu canto, eu bato um papo, eu bato um ponto, eu tomo um drink, eu fico tonto.
Com Deus me deito, com Deus me levanto, comigo eu falo, comigo eu canto, eu bato um papo, eu bato um ponto, eu tomo um drink, eu fico tonto.
Com Deus me deito, com Deus me levanto, comigo eu calo, comigo eu canto, eu bato um papo, eu bato um ponto, eu tomo um drink, eu fico tonto. Com Deus me deito, com Deus me levanto.
I'm not going to deny she has a great bod.
Yes.
But that aside, I can't stand this guy in the trash bag here. I don't dig him at all. He's terrible.
That's not a trash bag. That's a pleather coat.
Oh, is it? Okay, whatever. It looks like a trash bag. And it wouldn't shock me if it was a trash bag. But his, B-52s meets Human League voice is terrible.
Our best friend. I think that was another one I liked. Best friend.
All right, let's check that one out too.
You're being very close-minded on this, Chris.
I am. I'm
being
trying to like
the music guy that you are. I think you're being fairly close-minded on Sofi Tukker.
Because this music stinks.
What are all those girls? 12? They're not 12, dude. They're of age.
Let's see what we got.
Yeah, I think I remember this. All right. I don't know what all that means.
Yeah, I don't care what it means. Just get to the video.
I think that I'll keep loving you way past 65. We made a language for us two. We don't need to describe. Every time you call on me, I drop what I do. You are my best friend and we've got some shit to shoot.
Wanna meet me at the bar?
Yeah.
Yo, you wanna meet me in the lounge?
Yeah.
Yo, you wanna meet me in the club?
Yeah.
Yo, you wanna meet me downtown?
Okay.
Yo, you wanna meet me in the east?
Yeah.
Yo, you wanna meet me in the west?
Yeah.
Yo, you wanna meet me on the block?
Yeah.
Yo, you wanna meet me at the spot?
Okay.
I think I've officially aged out.
Why? What do you mean?
Because I don't deny that it's decent. That song, they got a good DJ, and that's a pretty decent beat that they're throwing down there. That being said, and this is coming from somebody that loved 80s metal, so I know I'm being a hypocritical asshole here. I look at these people, and I just want to throw up.
Keep going. You're gonna like this one. It gets better.
Keep loving you way past 65. We made a language for us two. We don't need to describe. Every time you call on me, I drop what I do. You are my best friend, and we've got some shit to shoot. That's the way it is. That's the way it goes. It's just us two. It's deja vu. It's what we know.
Look at
That's the
that.
way we like it. Don't complicate. No need to fight.
Yeah, but I could watch this without the sound and enjoy it just as much, maybe more.
You have to like that song at least. Come
I
on,
like the beat.
It's got a good beat. It's got hot chicks. It's got a good song. I mean,
But
yeah.
the guy voice is horrible. This whatever they're doing with this effect, whatever that effect is, it's making them sound is horrid.
Seth is just playing a bit. I'll put money on it. No, how would I know the name of these songs if I didn't
That is true.
like watch them a lot? I know the words to this one.
She should be the new opener to the show. Dave Bray, USA, out.
Out. Sofi Tukker in.
We're going with some drinky.
Yeah, but I think that would get banned, most likely.
I'm sure it would. I'm sure we get a copyright infringement in no time.
There's going to be a copyright on this show.
Oh yeah, there's no way to monetize this, but the fact that we're talking every 45 seconds or so, then we can get away with it because it's fair use. It's commentary.
What, sing? I'm not a singer. Two, it doesn't mean I don't know the words because I don't want to sing it.
Yeah, do you want more of this? I'll play more.
Yeah, look at her.
Well, she's hot.
Where both of them are.
Needs a boob job, but she's hot. All right, here we go.
Ain't nobody like me like you done. I might have first styling. I keep the size to the cycle in my life.
So is the rule to be in this that you have to be a chick with like zero tits?
Can't do that on WHK, Chris.
Oh, this is the dirty show. We've established that this one is the dirty show.
This is the dirty show.
And am I wrong on this? Every one of these girls is built like a 5-year-old boy.
Well, I think it's just the area that they're in. I mean, obviously, they're foreign.
What
So
area? The Flatlands? Jesus, Seth.
Well, obviously, they don't have the same hormones and stuff in their food that they eat in this country, wherever they're coming from.
What are they eating?
Here in America, we have hormones and all kind of growth shit that we put into our foods that make women more well endowed than in other countries. That's a political statement on this country as well.
What country is the land of flat chicks?
This looks like Australia. Australia has flat chicks. You didn't know that?
Is that what it is?
Yes. I don't know what country this is, but I'm guessing it's Australia, and they don't put hormones in the food like we do here.
Mm.
See, everybody's got to get behind me on this Sofi Tukker kick. I'm telling you, one, you need to support women that aren't being, raised on hormone fatty foods like we are here in America, and that's why Australia is better, assuming they're from Australia.
Yeah, I don't know where they're from. They're from somewhere I don't like.
Spell copyright. Man, you guys are so mean.
All right, let's see a little more because this girl that's on the screen now, flatty or not, she's hot. Let's see.
Lisa from Tokyo, I'm so addictive like some Pokemon. I might not date on night like Disney Sunday. Bye 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 bye. Wanna be my new friend? We got a lot in common. We can talk about nothing. Shoot the shit, we got shit to shoot.
Yo, you wanna meet me at the bar? Yeah. Yo, you wanna meet me at the lounge? Yeah. Yo, you wanna meet me in the club? Yeah. Yo, you wanna meet me downtown? Okay. Yo, you wanna meet me in the east? Yeah. Yo, you wanna meet me in the west? Yeah. Yo, you wanna meet me on the block?
I want to push them off the back of that four-wheeler is what I want to do.
They're so mean. They're German originally, but she considers herself Brazilian at heart because of her love
All right. Well,
passion for Latin and African rhymes and rhythms.
but she considers herself German.
Yes. Well, she was born in Germany.
No wonder you like her.
Because I am the Führer, according to. So he was born in Germany, raised in Canada.
All right.
She moved to Brazil. Yes, she likes Brazil.
All right. Well,
German women are generally flat, right?
I don't know. Are they?
I don't think they have the hormones in their bratwurst that we have here.
Somebody just posted that the stream was killed by YouTube.
It looks like it's up and running. I think he's just joking, right? Yeah.
I don't think so.
What?
They might have pulled it because we were playing copywritten music.
Oh,
Yeah, it's coming up. Banned. Too much Sofi Tukker.
Is it really?
Yeah, it happens. It'll come back.
Rick just, he's
But still in the chat room. Yeah, it is. Stream unavailable. I guess if you're on Rumble, this wouldn't have happened. Yeah, it'll come back in a minute or so, maybe.
Banned. Not for long.
Look, banned.
Why?
We're banned for policy violation.
What does that mean?
Stream suspended for policy violation.
Is that because of copyright?
Yeah.
No.
Who cares? It's not banned on Rumble.
Go to thesethwilliamsshow.com, thesethwilliamsshow.com, or Rumble and watch it there.
It's still there. I guarantee it's still there. Facebook Live still there.
What happened to my YouTube stream? Unavailable on the screen.
That's why you got to go to Seth Williams Show Live. Still there. See, now we're back.
Oh, is it back on?
Yeah, now it's back. It's back now. It's back. I knew. I told you. YouTube sucks. That's why we have to get everybody off of YouTube.
Yeah, well, I mean,
YouTube has to be the place that newbies find the show.
We did play a lot of copyrighted material, so I mean, I guess.
But we did it within fair use.
Yeah,
we didn't violate, and I guarantee you, if I put this up on clips, it'll get a thing, and then we'll contest it and we'll win.
It's back, Natalie, because we were showing too many women with flat chests. That's why they.
That's right.
There's plenty of places to experience the Seth Williams Show, but if you want all the content, you need to join us on Minds. Get all the live episodes of the show every Monday and Wednesday from 4 to 5:30 p.m. Get the special bonus footage every Wednesday from 5:30 to 6 p.m. Get bonus content from Seth and Chris as it's produced. It's only $4.99 per month, so don't wait. Sign up today. Visit us at www.minds.com/Seth Williams Show.
Back from that prick break.
Wow, that was quite a segment.
Yeah, that was good.
Can't wait for the YouTube banning for that one.
Just started a job and fired.
And goodbye.
All right, Tucker had some stuff to say. I like Tucker. I don't know what your thoughts are on Tucker Carlson.
Yeah, he's cool. He's really wrecked the narrative for late night television with his Twitter, hasn't he?
Yeah, this
Jesus.
Twitter thing is out of control, which is good, I guess. But all right, so here's him talking to Mike Pence.
Make no mistake about this. We promised them 33 Abrams tanks in January. I heard again 2 weeks ago in Ukraine, they still don't have them. We've been telling them we'll train their F-16 pilots, but now they're saying maybe January we'll let somebody transfer some jets.
I'm sorry, Mr. Vice President, have you, I know you're running for president. You are distressed that the Ukrainians don't have enough American tanks. Every city in the United States has become much worse over the past 3 years. Yeah. Drive around. There's not one city that's gotten better in the United States. And it's visible. Our economy has degraded. The suicide rate has jumped. public filth and disorder and crime have exponentially increased, and yet your concern is that the Ukrainians, a country most people can't find on a map, who've received tens of billions of U.S. tax dollars, don't have enough tanks. I think it's a fair question to ask, like, where's the concern for the United States in that?
Well, it's not my concern. Tucker, I've heard that routine from you before, but that's not my concern.
He's trying to run our country, and it's not his concern how our country is run.
Yeah, I was confused as to what he was talking about there, whether it was not his concern that sending it seemed like his concern was the tanks and everything and training Ukraine. And
yeah, his concern is not the degradation of our cities, of our society. His concern is not our society. This guy that wants to be the president is not worried about our well-being. That should he should already be done. If I was running against him, I wouldn't even make a speech. I would just play that on loop.
Keep playing that over and over again.
Just show up. Trump shows up at a rally and just plays it, or he doesn't show up. He's like, President Trump can't show up today, but here's a prepared statement. And it's just him saying that he doesn't care about the American people.
Yeah, and I thought that's kind of where I wish Trump would have gone, the last time around, when Biden was screwing up everything that he would say. I thought Trump should have shown up at every debate, every rally, whatever it was, with just a TV screen.
Yeah,
and just showed all the shit that Biden was doing and saying that was wrong or messed up or falling all over the place. That's what I think, and that's what I think you're right that people should do with Pence. But Tucker's exposing these guys for what they are. They're all liars.
Of course.
They're all bullshitters. They're all out there just saying what they want to say. And nothing against Mike Pence. I don't think he's a bad guy. But I'm not sure that he's ready to be in charge. I don't know if any of these guys are.
Guy. I think he's a horrible guy. He's a liar. He's a traitor. He totally sold the president down the road for January 6th nonsense.
Yeah.
He's a bad guy. I'll say he's a bad guy. To me, he's a bad guy. He's definitely not worth a vote. And I'm not.
I don't know.
And I know you're Trump all the way. And if Trump runs, you're voting for him. And blah blah blah. I'll wait to see who runs. But I know who I won't be voting for. The guy that just said that he doesn't care about the American people.
Look, and I mean, I am a pro-Trump guy, but at the same time, I'm also willing to see what everybody else has to say. There's a good chance that the guy that I want to vote for could be in jail by the time that election comes around if the Democrats get their way. So I may have to pick somebody else. I don't know who to pick. I mean, I listened to DeSantis, and I guess I like some of the things that he has to say, but he comes off
establishment-y.
Yeah, he does, and cocky, and kind of like. Not that Trump doesn't come across cocky, but he comes across cocky in a kind of way that I like.
Well, Trump comes across cocky, but in a one of the people mode, and I know he's not one of the people as a billionaire, but, DeSantis feels like a politician. DeSantis feels like, I mean, he does, rail against the mainstream, and I like that, but at the same time, we've seen a lot of those guys that do that until they get in office. And then the Soros money starts making their family's bank accounts, and then they're like, yeah, well, I guess I won't rock the boat too hard.
Marty, that's hilarious. What's hilarious? I don't know what said a lot of things. Chris, them lady boys are hot.
Then you fuck them.
They are hot. Some of them.
Good. Then you can have them.
Look, I didn't say I wanted them. I just said some of them are good looking. Makeup could do a lot to a person, not to me.
No. Pass.
He's Indian, I believe, right? Vivek.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's getting steam, I guess. Not in the polls that much, anyways.
Look, I'm just going to say it, and I know this sounds racist, and it's not meant to, but it's going to. An Indian guy is not winning. Not at this point in time. We're not that far yet. We're just not. Do you agree that we're just not that far yet?
I agree. Absolutely, I agree. And I don't know if it's racist or anything. I think that there's a lot of things that This country won't vote for it.
They will not vote for an Indian. No way. There's too many people that have been burned on Amazon calls that are not going to vote for an Indian guy. They hear that this guy's running, and the first thing in their mind is, "Hello, my name is Bill. What is wrong with your Amazon account?" That's the first thing they think.
Here's Tucker with Tim Scott, another guy that I like, actually. I like
Tim Scott.
I do. I think he's got a lot of good things to say until I hear him with Tucker.
The total body count from Russia in the United States is right around 0. Like, I don't know anyone who's been killed by Russia. I know people personally who've been killed by Mexico. The government of Mexico allows fentanyl to be made in its country and to come over our border.
Yes.
And remittances from Mexico are a huge part of their economy. The Mexican government is party to the murder of hundreds of thousands of Americans. So why is Mexico less of a threat than Russia?
Well, two things. I think we can walk and chew gum at the same time.
Okay, but
frankly, here's
no Americans killed by Russia, hundreds of thousands killed by Mexico, but Mexico's our ally and Russia's our enemy. How does that work?
Well, I'm not going to pretend like the legislation I have sponsored and I would sign as President of the United States freezes the assets of the Mexican cartels, targets the Mexican cartels, and hopefully eliminates the flow of fentanyl. Because I do agree with you that 70,000 Americans losing their lives on an annual basis is an existential threat to America that we can solve. We don't have to choose the good news.
Would you be willing to say to the Mexican government, your economy runs on factories right over the border, car plants, for example, but many other manufacturing plants, and we're just going to slap tariffs on that and tank your economy, like tomorrow, unless you stop allowing poison to come into our country? Like, why not do that?
I say you use every tool available to stop fentanyl from coming across our border. No exceptions.
Interesting.
So he just walked around the question
He
and
did.
didn't answer it.
He didn't answer anything. I mean, it's sad when you have a conversation going on where the host is getting more applause than the guy running for president. I mean, I liked him, and I liked his messages. I liked his ads, or whatever you want to call them. But I don't like the fact that he can't answer the questions.
Look, I'm going to answer a couple in here. Look how long it took to have a black president. Yeah, but we're still waiting for a good one. So as far as I'm concerned, Obama doesn't count.
And he was half black. Let's just be honest.
See, I don't want to get into all those semantics. My point is, he wasn't good.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't. He was terrible.
If he would have had a good presidential run where he did some things other than a social justice campaign for 8 years, then okay, then you could say that. I would say getting another black president in is still going to be equally hard because the proof, not that there should have to be any proof, but let's just be honest. When people think about voting for a black president now, the first thing they're going to do is compare it to Obama. And if their look is negative on that, then they're not going to vote for him.
Now, let's face it, he is still running the country, and it ain't going real good. And now this one pisses me off, and Sandy is one of my best friends, but it takes the shit out of me to say Vivek could talk circles around the two of you and you wouldn't even know it. No shit. You know what? We're not running for president either. All right, so don't make it sound like we're two dumb fucking idiots here. We're doing a podcast, not running for president, Sandy.
Yeah.
And so you know what? Vivek could, yes, I'm sure he could run talk circles around us. So what? He's doing nothing in the polls, and he's not going to be president of the United States.
Yeah. He's not.
Whether the country's ready for it or not, he's not going to be president.
He's not talking circles around the voters.
He's certainly not.
Because or the polls. He's definitely not talking circles around the people that are voting in the polling. Because he's at 4% or 2% or whatever. He's not.
Forget about it.
He's Ross Perot. Stop it.
Sorry if we offended you or hurt your feelings because we don't like the Vivek, but he's not going to be president of the United States. And yes,
I didn't even say I didn't like him. I just said that he's not going to win.
He could talk circles around us. So what? We do a podcast.
Yeah.
And
well, but I even taking us two out of it for a minute, and I'll answer this point. Middle America are us. Middle American people are us. They think the same way as us, and they're not going to vote. They're not ready to vote for an Indian guy right now. Let's just look. If you want to play Fantasyland, we could play Fantasyland. But whether it's good or bad or real or fake or whatever, Most people look at an Indian guy and they think of him as a Muslim terrorist. That's just truth. I know it isn't true that they are. They're not. I have a ton of Indian friends being in the IT world, so I certainly get it. But the middle American people, they'll associate one or the other, and they will not vote for him. It's just the way it is. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying it's the truth.
And regardless, I don't think he has a shot. I mean, if I'm wrong, talk to me in a year and a half, and I'll say that I'm wrong. But right now, I don't see it happening.
He's not getting out of the primaries. He might not even get into the primaries. Quite honestly, he doesn't have enough percent.
Let's see. Trump, 56%. DeSantis, 17%. Good old Vivek at 8%.
All right.
Pence at 7%. Nikki Haley, 3%. Tim Scott, 3%. Chris Christie shouldn't even be on anywhere. And Asa Hutchinson at 1%, whoever the hell that is.
Well, he might get into the primary then if he's third.
Well, good for him.
Yeah, and that's great. And then we can hear what he has to say. And then you can see how a middle America is going to vote, and they are not going to vote for Vivek. They're just not.
Yeah. Vivek is vying for a VP slot. Fine.
Good.
Look, I'm not even saying I don't even like the guy. I haven't even heard much of what he's had to say. I mean, he's been on Fox a couple of times, and I guess he was all right.
Yeah. I won't worry about it till I have to. See
how many Vivek signs are on in come next November.
Yeah. Vivek.
Dude, politics are just so weird, man. I mean, even people on the same side can't seem to fucking agree on stuff. And it's really upsetting because, at least pick a side and be friends on the same side. Yeah. Now we're all arguing about who's going to be running for president on the Republican side.
But that's the political way. These guys will all be running smear campaigns about each other. Donald Trump has been indicted 15 times. Vote DeSantis. And then as soon as Trump wins, then it'll be like, DeSantis will be like, Donald Trump is going to take us to the next generation of greatness in this country. And, like in his concession speech, he'll be saying that. It's just the way it works. They're all lying scumbags, all of them.
And it's
They're all pieces of shit. We're literally going to vote for who's the least shitty of the pieces of shit.
That's what sucks. That's fairly accurate. And, I want to believe in a cause. I want to believe in a person that's going to take us to the promised land. I don't know who is. Even with the guy that I thought would do it, I think he had good ideas to do it, but there was nobody else going to. Even his own party hated Donald Trump.
Yeah.
And they weren't going to let him do everything that he wanted to do. So it doesn't matter who the hell you put in charge. The system is what's broken. And until you fix the system, you're not going to have anybody lead you to where you want to go. And we're certainly not going to lead everybody. This isn't that's why we're here and bring everybody together kind of country. It's just not going to happen. It's never going to happen.
Yeah.
Those ideas are ridiculous. I wouldn't even say outdated because they've never been realistic.
No.
For anybody to sit on any show and say, yeah, we're going to bring people together, all of us, and have a good time is not ever going to happen.
No.
And you got to fix the system.
Yeah. Boy, these guys want us to say Vivek. Okay, let's just change our mind. Vivek's the guy.
Great. Self-made millionaire. I'm on board now.
Vivek's the guy.
I never even said I hated the guy. What I said was I don't think he has a shot in hell at actually winning.
Right. The rest of these episodes of this show are sponsored by Vivek for president.
Shit, if he wants to buy a commercial, I'm happy to put him on it.
Yeah. I'm not Vivek, but I endorse this message. He's our guy.
Don't want to talk a politician who can talk circles around me. Been around enough of those. Talk to these Republicans and fix this mess. And to be quite honest, I'm kind of irritated with the Republicans at this point. All I see these stupid Republicans doing is, we're going to have one committee. We're going to have this committee. We're going to have that committee. We're going to look into Hunter Biden. We're going to look into this. We're going to look into that. Nothing's happening. Actually do something. Quit having committees on all the tax dollars and actually do something. Hunter Biden's going to be ice skating with my family this year because he's going to not be in prison. He's going to be having a good time.
That's right.
And what committee is doing any good? None of it.
Well, I mean, you played the clip earlier of stupid-ass John Kerry talk about if he owns a plane or not. What does that have to do with all the problems we have right now?
Well, because he's the climate czar. Everybody says, but then he says, no, I didn't own a plane. I did not own a plane. My wife did. Oh, okay. Well, then.
You never got on it. I get it. But I mean, how much time are we going to waste on that shit? Where the other guy comes up, well, I've got the gotcha. Here's the proof that you own a plane.
I'm sick of all these politicians. I'm sick of all these people saying they're going to change everything. None of them are going to change it. If you think that they're going to let Vivek Ramaswamy go in to be the president of the United States and let him do whatever the hell he wants to do, you are as mistaken as you were when you thought Donald Trump was going to be able to do whatever he wanted to do. They're not going to let him do it. The Republicans or the Democrats.
You know who else I heard would be a good president? President Mohammed Atta Jr. Might as well vote for him too, right? Because he's got good ideas and he can talk circles around me and you.
It's unbelievable. I get so sick and tired of all of it because all of them suck and nobody's actually doing anything to help anybody. Every committee that the Republicans wanted to do, I was on board and saying, yes, look into Hunter Biden. Yes, look into the laptop. Yes, look into Biden's dealings with businesses overseas. Look at all this, and they have done nothing.
Yeah,
the great committee that got Hunter Biden investigated got him a plea deal where he's not going to spend a day in jail, not an hour, for all the crap that he did. There's video of the guy doing coke on a laptop. There's video of it with hookers. There's pictures of hookers riding his dick. And you know what? He's going to spend no time in jail. If that was me, I'd be in jail tomorrow because there's evidence of it. There's proof that he did what he did of weighing out crack cocaine on a scale, and nothing is happening to the guy. If it was me or you, we'd be in jail. These committees do nothing. The Republicans are doing nothing. The Democrats are destroying the country. So what do you want? You want me to go out and vote for Vivek Ramaswamy? I'll vote for him. What's he going to do? Nothing.
Nothing at all. It's just a mess, dude.
They're still trying to destroy the outsider Trump. What do you think they will do to your guy Vivek? Exactly the same. You know what? Trump, I think, at least has the balls to stand up to him. I don't know if anybody else has the balls to do that.
Yeah,
maybe Vivek does. I don't know anything about him.
Well, I'm sure we'll know in the coming months because seems like he's got a following here. Two people on our show.
I think they left. Off topic, but I just had a hankering for the Salisbury steak and mashed potato school lunch.
Okay. That's really off topic.
When they get in, they do nothing. That's true. I don't know what to tell you. Nobody does anything. They don't. And I am Republican. I believe in the values of the Republican Party. I do. I am, I hate abortion. I'm for capitalism. I am a Republican through and through.
Yeah.
But you know what? I am sick and tired of my party not standing up for me and not doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sick and tired of it.
Yeah.
I'm sick and tired of the left being able to kind of get away with murder, literally, Hillary Clinton, and nothing happens. We don't do anything. The Republicans are a bunch of cowards and pussies at this point. And if they don't start standing up, this country's going to go to hell a lot quicker than you think.
What do you mean going to go? Proof's already in the pudding. We're already gone. We're already a gone nation. We're done. Do you really think there's any coming back?
No, I don't. Man, did I strike a chord? No, you didn't strike a chord, Sandy. What you did was you almost insulted me and Chris by sitting there saying that Vivek is going to go ahead and talk circles around us. I don't care. I don't think he's going to do anything. I don't think he's going to be president. I don't think that even if he got, by the grace of God, was elected president of the United States, I don't think he would have the balls to stand up to the government the way that Donald Trump did. And I don't think it would happen. But I don't think he has a shot in hell of getting elected.
Does he have money? I'm just curious.
He's a billionaire.
Is he Vivek is a billionaire too?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know anything about him. So I'll be the first one to admit I'm talking out my ass because I personally, and I'll tell the whole audience this way ahead of time, I'll never be a cheerleader for a fucking candidate, ever. I think every president in my lifetime except Carter should have been in jail for treason. I'll stand by that. I'll answer for every single one of them if you want to go down the list. I definitely think that all the presidents are scumbags. So, as far as I'm concerned, there ain't one that's better than the other. Which is why I don't know anything about Vivek, because he's just another one as far as I'm concerned. Until he shows me he's not, he is.
Do you think that there is any coming back from where we're at now with this craziness, this madness that's going on with our children, this madness that's going on with schools and everything else? Do you think there's any kind of coming back from this?
No, I don't. Not the way we're constituted right now. No way. Absolutely not, because there's no discipline. There's no discipline in people, and there's no consequence for doing wrong. The government, the system by which we are guided, and I don't want to say laws because I don't want to talk about laws anymore. Nobody follows them. I'm just talking about the system by which we are guided no longer puts consequences for anything short of rape or murder. There's just no consequence for it. I mean, dude, you watch TikTok. How many videos are there of people just cold cocking people with bricks or just walking into stores? The infamous one, the guy in the Walmart with the torch.
Yeah.
Had a torch to cut the lock off of a thing to steal whatever he was stealing. No one stopped him. Nobody in the store stopped him. No police came up and stopped him. We've disintegrated almost to Mad Max levels. And we're just going to keep going down that path. The further down the road we go with no laws, the more it's going to be, what kind of power do you have? If you can knock somebody out in a store, then you can own the store. If you've got a gun, then you can own a street. If you've got people with guns, then you can own a city. That's what it's slowly getting into, is Mad Max times. That's what we're disintegrating into. And to think that some dumbass president, whether it's Trump or Vivek or Biden or whoever, whether to think that one of those guys is going to be the guy that's going to turn the people around now that the people have been let to be the animals that we are, no chance. Somewhere you have to somewhere the animals have to be tamed again. We've lived in a society. Think about history, if you would, for a second. When we first broke away from England, we ran amok. Everything ran amok. We ran crazy. We grabbed up slaves. We had slaves. We had, people could just go out, and if you could kick the other guy's ass, then you could take their land. And you could, if you could find gold in a lake and it was somebody else's lake and you shot them, then it was your lake. The Wild West, all that time. But then the laws of the land tamed us for a while. Tamed us down right up until President Obama, and probably before that, but Obama's a good kickoff place, because once President Obama got in, all that taming that got done into a livable, not great, but livable society where people wanted to be Americans and people had civic pride and people had national pride. And, all of that taming was pushed away with Obama. It was none of the old rules matter. You want to be gay and be married? Go ahead. He told, what's his name, Holder, don't enforce the laws. He literally said, if people are elected for this or are charged with this, don't enforce it. So he literally, in that move, he said, no more taming everybody. Everybody's free to do whatever the hell they want to do. And now, what are we, 12, 10 years later, look at what that's gotten us by not taming anything. We're a mess. There's only one way to do it, and that's to tame it again.
Unfortunately, Chris, only a war could save this country, not a Vietnam type war, but a 9/11 type situation. For a time, only for a time being, though. That's what 9/11 did. 9/11 tamed it for a little while. So 9/11 gave this country some sort of that pride back, and then it goes away. After a while, people forget because they're assholes, and then it goes away. But you're right. I don't know how you get people in line again. I don't know how you tell people that they can't steal anymore. I don't know how you tell people that they can't do it.
There's one way to do it, by force. That's the way we did it the first time. That's the way we did it. Think about, and again, I'm playing history guy a little bit here, but we all have seen all the movies about the Wild West and all the sheriff versus the quick draw in the center of town and all that kind of stuff, right? But what all that did was you had sheriffs that were badasses, and they ended the crime. They didn't put you in jail for 3 weeks to calm you down. They put you in a hole. They were like, you're coming in here to rob horses from our people. I'm going to shoot you dead. Remember, they used to gather up their posse to go chase people down, not to capture them and put them in jail, but to shoot them dead, to take that element off of the street. That's the only way that we fix things.
So, I mean, you're talking about maybe like the military would have to go
if
city
you can
to
trust
city
the
and just start
military
rounding
now.
people up and I mean, because there's too many people committing the crimes. There's too many weird people out there that are doing things wrong.
Yeah.
That you can't just have.
Well, that goes back to why I said I think it's done. I don't think there's enough people in the military to police it. I don't. I think we've gone so far down the not policing the tragic. You know, why in the, I'll just throw one example, but there's 100. And I'll go to the crazy level. Why in the hell is there a single one, let alone probably 100, but why is there one serial killer in jail? Why aren't they taken off the planet?
And just shoot them. Yeah.
Why isn't the message sent? If you're caught doing this, you're done. You're done. You take a bullet in the head and you're done. You know, say what you want about Saddam Hussein and Uday and Qusay. They didn't have any thieving problems.
Yeah.
If you knew you were going to lose your arm or your life because you stole a loaf of bread, you know what you didn't do? Steal a loaf of bread. You toughed it out. You dealt with it.
Law enforcement isn't the job of the military.
I agree.
Then what do you do? Because we don't have enough police to do it, nor do we let the police do their jobs.
You can't. That's what I'm saying is you can't. You can't fix it. It's too widespread. It's been too opened up already.
So what's the future look like then?
Bleak.
Chaos?
Bleak, yes. Mad Max. You don't think that we're going down a road to Mad Maxville? Honestly.
I would hope not.
But
maybe we are.
Okay, when you watch a TikTok video and you see a DoorDash driver driving down the street and then his car is swarmed and he's pulled out of his car, beaten to death, and they steal his car, that doesn't make you think that that's Mad Max?
It does. It absolutely does.
How often do you see that video?
I see videos like that all the time.
Which means it's happening all the time. It's not the same video from a different angle.
No.
So it's happening. Mad Max is, dude, we talked about this last week about how scary it can be downtown and downtown Cleveland now. Did you ever fear downtown Cleveland? Ever?
No. But now I
do.
Yeah.
Yeah, now it's like, fuck that. I'm not going down there. You know, there's only one way to put this genie back in the bottle, and that's to stuff her in it. There's no way to tell people, well, the right thing to do is not steal. Well, the right thing to do is behave. Well, the right thing to do is obey the laws. That day is done. And that is the fault of the Democratic Party. That is the fault of the politicians. It's the fault of the Republican Party in a lot of ways as well. It's the fault of even bigger situations that make people feel less important, like bailing out the car companies. You know, tell me when they bailed out the car companies, you didn't sit back at least for a second and go, well, what if I got in trouble with my car loan? Are you going to bail me out?
Of course I thought that.
You thought the same thing, which makes you feel like you are less important. So why even give a shit about what they're saying and what they're telling you to do?
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's the problem. We have been marginalized into animals now. You know, we've been marginalized to the point that there is no fixing it. The guys like us that are older, we have good intentions still. These younger kids, 90% of them do not have good intention. Their only intention is themselves. They don't care. They don't care about their city. They don't care about their streets. Dude, I'm not saying your daughter because I don't know your daughter. Take your daughter's friends. Do you think your daughter, and we'll go with something easy. Do you think your daughter's friends have a problem with littering? Just throwing a wrapper out the car.
No, there's no civic pride like there used to be.
None. But when you were a kid, think about when we were kids. You went to McDonald's at 2 a.m. on a Saturday night with your boys. Even if you guys were drinking and drunk or whatever, if you went to throw something out the window, somebody in the car would have been like, hey, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You know.
That is true.
It's a different mindset now. The civic pride is gone. Country pride is gone. American pride is gone. Human pride is gone. You know, we don't have any of the pride for any of this stuff anymore, and that is, that's a big problem.
And see, Jim is right here, and now we're bailing out loans for college students. This is what goes on with there isn't any consequences, just like you said. There's no consequences for even going to college.
No.
Going to college meant that you wanted to pursue your education and further your career, whatever it is that you're going to do, and you had to pay for that. You had to go and you had to risk and do it. And now they're just letting people get off scot-free. They want to just hand them money. There isn't. And Jim is right again. Minority rules.
That's true.
And it didn't used to be like that.
No.
And maybe that's why we got to vote yes on issue 1. Oh, by the way.
Well, but think about, go back to the college for a minute. The risk equaled the reward. You risked your future for your future. I'll point it into my little pinball business out in Pennsylvania. I didn't have a ton of money. I'll tell you how much I had. I don't care if anybody knows. I put $75,000, which was everything that I had, into it. Literally said, if this doesn't work, I'm going to have to go back to a job. Now, this is after 14 years of working on my own, and going through a divorce and everything else. And I raised back up some money. I put all of it into Pinball PA. I took the risk. That risk could have failed. That business could have lasted 3 months and then had 4 people come into it. I didn't. It did okay. We're still, nobody's getting rich. Tell you that. Nobody's getting rich at Pinball PA. But I took the risk. The risk equaled the reward. The reward for me being that I don't have to go out to a job every single day. That is gone now. If you take in I made a bad mistake because I took literary arts as my bachelor's degree and I can't find a job doing it. Well, we'll just pay it off for you. And then you add into the fact that, I'm going to be a sweeper at Sheets. I'm going to sweep the floors, but I demand $15 to $18 an hour. Well, now you don't even have to put in the risk to grow with a company. Now you can get a livable wage for doing a job that's not meant to be a livable job.
Yeah.
It sucks. It's a total system on every front that's out of balance. And to try and say, well, what change can we make to put it back? I don't see it.
Well, all right. On that note, on the happy note, let's take a quick break and then talk about what we got coming up the rest of the week here.
Okay, cool.
All right, hang on.
Hey, it's Chris Aiken from Chris Aiken Presents, The Classic Metal Show, and The Seth Williams Show. Now, we know it's frustrating to have to use this website for videos, that website for podcasts, and still another for the live shows. Well, let's end that shit right now. Get the Locals app and get it all in one place. This is free, folks. You don't have to pay to get most of the great content that we're doing. Like I said, it is free. On your phone or device, just go to locals.com in your iOS or Google Play Store, install it, and create an account. Open the app, surf to the search from the bottom, and type in Classic Metal Show. Then click Join. That's it. Once you join, you can click on the triangle button at the bottom, and you can select from videos, live streams, both past and active, or podcasts. Watch and listen right there. When a stream is live, you can participate in the chat right from that screen if you choose. If you want our exclusive content, just click support when you visit the Classic Metal Show community. It's simple, and it's the best way to stay engaged with all of my shows. So sign up today. Hail and kill.
Oh my god. Staples actually sells staples.
Right back here, the Seth Williams Show with Chris Aiken.
Yes, sir. I'm reading some of the Rumble chat real quick. And in the Rumble, I wish we could pop these up. StreamYard says it's coming soon. But they're saying that all that has to be done is restore law and order, and much of it will go away back to pre-2020 levels.
Maybe.
Rudy Giuliani brought law and order to New York City with the same plan. It's true.
But you're talking about then getting mayors like the one in New York City, one in Chicago, and people like that to do the right thing. And I don't think you can count on that.
Well, and therein lies the problem. I don't disagree that some real law and order and some tough law and order and some stuff that won't feel good would fix some problems. The problem is, what politician has the stones to stand up for something that doesn't feel good? That's where the problem lies.
And again, Jim, vote yes on issue 1, majority rules. Okay, yeah. I'm voting yes on issue 1. I may not vote for Vivek, but I'm going to find some Vivek Ramaswamy videos to try to play on Wednesday's show.
Is he not on TikTok?
I'm sure he's somewhere. I'm sure I'm imagining he is on TikTok, so I'll find something.
I was gonna say, if he's on TikTok, you'll find him.
I'll find it. I don't know how to do shit on like a lot of technology stuff. I know how to run a radio station, and I know how to. I just got a service update from the U.S. government on my TikTok phone. But I accepted whatever it is. There's a bunch of Vivek stuff on TikTok, so I'll have some Vivek Ramaswamy stuff for Wednesday's show.
Yeah.
So we can discuss that if you'd like. And then also we have
Moon Fever.
That's Moon Fever coming up on Wednesday. Band.
Yep. Like them.
Tony Masashi will be on Wednesday. Yeah. Next week, Monday, we have Saliva on.
Yes.
Correct?
We have Saliva coming on to talk about their upcoming tour. And then
a lot of people may not know Saliva, some of the people that listen, but I was a big fan of the band. And actually, when Triv was not there, I would open up pretty much every show with one of their songs.
Okay.
Ladies and Gentlemen. I used to
Ladies
open up
and
that song.
Gentlemen.
All the time. So they are a big band, and they will be joining us on Monday.
They will be. And then on Wednesday, it's not confirmed yet, but I'm going to have to reach out and say, what the hell? We're supposed to have Drowning Pool as well. So
big band as well. Love that.
Let those
bodies hit the floor. Good stuff. So,
and for somebody asked about me doing Chris Aiken Presents tonight, yes, I will be doing that in 2 hours. Myself and Eric will be doing the show. We have Dinzy, who was the vocalist for the band Bow Wow Wow, with Eric. Eric was in Bow Wow Wow for a minute as well, and Dinzy was the singer. So we will have her on, and then we will have Aaron Lee, the bassist of the band Y&T, on as well. So
very cool. And we did an interview earlier today.
We did. The lovely Serena Talley.
And we're going to be putting that up somewhere at some point.
Yeah, it'll be up on something here. There she is.
Yeah,
she's a good looker.
She is. And she was very cool, very nice. And I asked her how to swear in Swiss German.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
So you can hear that interview. We'll let you know where that's going to be.
Yeah, it'll be on Odyssey for sure, and the website and blah blah blah. It'll be up.
Fantastic.
Coming soon.
Appreciate everybody listening tonight. Much appreciated. God willing, to talk to you on Wednesday with a bunch of cool stuff, including Vivek Ramaswamy.
That's right.
So everybody can relax. I'm going to have a good breakfast on Sunday with my friends and talk about Vivek Ramaswamy, and hopefully nobody will choke on a pancake. Have a great next couple of days, and Chris, I will talk to you soon. Thank you, man.
All right, see ya.
See ya.
get ready to turn up the excitement at your next event with the Perfect Choice Band, the ultimate party starters in Ohio and beyond. Picture this: 2 electrifying vocalists, a powerhouse rhythm section, and a horn ensemble that will blow you away. That's right, the Perfect Choice Band isn't just another cover band. We're here to transport you to the heart of the party with unforgettable renditions of your favorite hits. From classics to chart toppers, we've got your playlist covered. Our mission? To keep you singing and dancing until the stars fade into dawn. So, why settle for ordinary when you can have extraordinary? Call 440-346-5242 or visit us at perfectchoiceband.com to book the ultimate entertainment experience for your special day. The Perfect Choice Band, where every moment is music to your ears. Don't miss out. Book now and let's make memories together.
Assured Window Cleaning specializes in window cleaning, chandelier cleaning, blind cleaning, gutter cleaning, and post-construction cleaning. In business since 1947, Assured Window Cleaning has proudly been serving its customers in Cleveland for 75 years. As a family-owned and operated business, Assured Window Cleaning has built their reputation on trust and delivering the best results possible. When you need window cleaning services for your home or business, contact Assured Window Cleaning. We're one of the top window cleaning companies in all of Cleveland for both residential and commercial. Visit our website today at www.assuredwindowcleaning.com or call us at 440-989-0122 for a quote. And remember, everybody knows Tony. Contact Assured Window Cleaning today.